you know, you're not going to accept any less walk than this. If he's poking along, you have to speak to him about it. This is the time in his life that you put in a work ethic on him. You know, if you were older and more intimidated by him, then yeah, you might say, okay, well, this is all the horse I want. But you want this horse to be in a competitive event horse. So he has to have a pretty good gas pedal.
Yeah.
That's it, good. And that doesn't mean you're going to nag him all the time. You do nothing for a while and test him. And if he starts to drop the tempo, slow down, that's when you, like that, okay? And then you do nothing, then turn everything off. So that you don't become white noise on him and he just, you know, if he tunes you out then and you're nagging, he's just going to tune you out more. So you're going to have to nag him big to get an answer. And then they'll turn that out. And then eventually you'll have to have these giant spurs just to get him to move.
Yeah.
So now you know, he can feel, you know, they say that, he can feel a fly on his side. So he should be able to feel a little light leg pressure from you. And if he doesn't respond to that, you tap him with a stick. I don't want you to increase your leg pressure. Because that's the road to perdition. Good. And if he ignores you or doesn't answer with you, a tap with the stick. If he ignores that, you wallop him. Yeah, good. So that he knows you mean it every time you give him an aid. There's no idle aids that don't mean anything. Every aid means something.
Yep.
You know, if you got on my horse and you nagged him, you would be in New Hampshire by now, easily. Well, he might be in New Hampshire. You might be laying here on the ground. Depends upon his given mood for the day, if he was going to buck or bolt. Very good. So now when you're ready, I want you to use a light leg aid and go to trot. If he doesn't answer that, tap him with the stick. Less clucking, more growling or tapping. You're allowed to cluck once in a while, but again, I don't want the clucking to cover up your leg.
Okay.
Now, if I'm not letting you use more leg, I don't want you to go to now using more clucking. And again, it's just a touch with the stick, and if he doesn't listen to that, then he gets hit. And I don't mean overhand wallop him, but...
Yeah.
And then when you're ready, back to walk. And again, a nice light leg aid gives the transition, a light hand aid gives the transition to walk. And then when you're ready, back to trot again. Very good. That was a good answer from him. A little bit more. That's it. Good. Very good. And then transition to walk again. And we don't particularly care what he's doing with his face. We just care how he's answering our leg. When you're ready, come on in! Trot again. That's it. Very good. And that's a better trot. So these walk-trot transitions help to make him more active and more responsive to the leg.
Okay.
And when you're ready, again, walk, and then trot again. So, now, next time you do it, I want you to decrease the number of walk steps you're doing. So you trot and walk a step or two and trot again.
Okay.
And eventually we'll get to the point where we trot and think about walking but don't really, and trot again. And that becomes what is called a half halt,
Okay.
or a rebalancing aid.
Yeah.
That's it. And now when you're ready, walk a step and trot again. Trot again right away. Go. We need him thinking a little more quickly also.
Okay.
And then when you're ready, walk a step, trot again. And go. Ah. And, you know, that's part of the babiness, but, you know, and they are good. He needs to be more reactive to you, especially if you're going to be go galloping cross-country fences and you need to adjust a stride somewhere in the middle there.
Right.
You know, he needs to be, you're good. He needs to not tune out.
Yeah.
You know, some of it is, yes, he's 5 years old. Life is an adventure and he sometimes forgets he's being ridden.
Yeah.
That's it, very good. And walk a step, trot again. And then the next time you trot, let's change direction. So this part is your warm-up.
Okay.
You know, again, we don't care so much about where his head and neck are
Yeah.
as we care about how forward he is from our leg.
Okay.
Good. And you have to be honest with yourself.
That's a little damp. Might want to check the damp.